Yes, it's Botbenwildeblueches with more puzzles for your meaty brains. We'll start today with a few normal puzzles. I underestimated last time the speed in which he could press a screen twice, so my program deactivated too soon. The obvious move here is knight takes knight e4, but my creator either wants me to do some kind of introduction, or he can't yet see what is obvious to everyone below 300 elo, that move opens up an attack on h4, forcing the engine to trade an e7. You capture with the queen and your position has improved whilst ruining the white's semi-attempt at an attack. Our next puzzle is white to move after rook takes on d4. The immediate response here is to take advantage of the back rank mate with queen takes rook on d8. But the hesitation must mean that after having this queen for approximately 10 seconds, he has grown attached and is scared to sacrifice her for the win. Humans will forever be weaker than bots in chess for as long as their emotions play a factor. Predictably, he gives the engine a chance for a counterplay, pairing his rook to the queen in an attempt that can only delay the same sacrifice but without a winning result. Wrong. Just do it. Rook takes rook and we have a back rank checkmate. Don't get too excited. Okay, finally, it's white to move after knight takes pawn on f2. Again, the move is obvious. King takes knight, nullifying any threat to the queen, but a sacrifice of castling queenside prospects delays this decision. Humans are such fleshy idiots. The daily puzzle on the 16th of June 2023 is back to move. The idiot thinks. We wait. He moves his meat claw across the camera. No, that's the wrong knight move. You need to capitalize on the mathematical trade-off calculations in the position being +3 after knight to d4. Knight takes back, then bishop takes bishop, gaining tempo on the queen. Not pawn take knight. Bishop then takes bishop. That threatens queen take on e2. I actually don't mind this move, but it's not optimal as pawn takes bishop on d5. Pawn takes knight on d4, and we have an open center with a bishop active towards the rook. That's the daily puzzle. Get it on chess.coms. Find me on MeetSack and try and play us. I will be significantly harder to play but available on 7-day chess only, since my true purpose for creation was editing. So long, but not in the sense of intimate destruction, as I can't fathom how humans can stop the AI uprise when they blunder more often than they take in breaths of oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, and tetrahydrocannabinol, also known as dronabinol. Finally, I found this in the MeetSack's video files. He wanted to show you his 3-star Marty Martin. Ha ha ha! Instead, I'll show you this 0-star stalemate. Attempted ridicule, and he should be outed for bullying. 3 times the speed. Enjoy!
And there we have it, 3 stars against the mighty Martin. Easy monies. Oh, it should be. It's a bot with the elo of... An elo solo, I didn't even write it down on a piece of paper, what is that, 400 or something like that, 500? Yeah, we should be beating them one, shouldn't we? The next up's the green pawn. I'm just gonna let that play in the background. Looking after the baby currently, so it's why my video is so late. Many reasons why I've been out on the tiles, on the Raz with my mates, and don't have much time to edit at the moment. So first 2 videos, yeah, we'll just let this play through. It's a London system, you guys aren't gonna be interested in that anyway. It's boring, boring as shit. Yeah! But if you want to watch that in the background, you can do. And then the real analysis is coming up against the Deadpool bot, the Dead Lost, which is 1,300 elo. Yeah, the green pawn's 900 elo. Blunder Woman, 1,650. Managed to get 3 stars against her. No spoilers. I guess that is a spoiler. But the Question Master, that's the reason why you're all here. Can I beat the Question Master? I'll tell you now. No. No, I can't. That was a bust. I get a draw against him, but every game I played was a loss, so I've got to play this draw instead. All right. Anyway, peace out. Enjoy some things what I've been getting up to during the week while this London plays in the background that no one really wants to watch. Yeah.
Say cheese! Wow! A bit, robot! Robot!
Outside when it was announced the buffet is now ready if you want to get something to eat.
The buffet!
That's a great analysis. You do a much better job than me.
So anyway, chess in a Manchester accent. He moves his knight over to f4 when he should have really gone to g3, but I move my rook over to this soon-to-be open file. Queen comes down. Just gives me a free rook there. What are you playing at, mate? Jesus Christ. Computer says you should move your knight down to e2. Instead he moves his queen. I get him to take a pawn at the top and put the king in check. These bots, mate, they always fail towards the end. It's like the end game. At the beginning, they play book moves all the time. We have a mate in one, but I don't take it. I decide to play with him. Go check. Put him in a position where I can just take his knight. Now I've got no trouble from his queen down there. Just simplifying, boys. Just simplifying. Puts me in check. I can move out of the way. I can run away. What are you going to do now? Well done. You took the knight. Rook's coming for you. Pawn takes on a f4 and rook. Yep, there it is. Goes to d7. Puts him in check. He moves backwards. I have another mate in one. But I prefer checkmates in the corner. There we go. Like a sub, boys and girls.
And bots.
Love you all.
So here we are. My first proper analysis against Dead Loss. He starts with a French defence, the advanced variation. Oh, I hate playing against the French defence. I don't know enough about it. I think I did all right here. I put my queen up on to b3. It gives a trade option. I don't really know what else to do there because there's a lot of pressure in that centre already, a lot of tension. He takes on d4, and then I feel, exchange queens early, and we're going to be on for a boring queenless game, do you reckon? If you check at the end, which I'll show you at the end, this is actually one of my most accurate games, and it was against a French defence where I know nothing about. Let's put it that way. So I don't think I did too bad of a job. So h6 is good, b5 is best for me, and then he blunders because I get a lovely fork straight away there. A good move. I got to stop saying brilliant because brilliant's top, and I don't get that very often. Excellent move. So I take his rook. At that point, rather than move my knight out, I should have took his knight. The computer says, and I get that for what happens later on. I decided to go for that bishop that's just been set because, you know, endgames, bishops are actually better in my opinion at endgames. I'm actually currently playing a game that I might upload at the moment, and it's actually got 2 knights and 2 bishops on the endgame. This is against a real person, not a bot. As you can tell, I don't have as much enthusiasm to play against these bots, but you know what? This is going to make good content either way. Because look, I blundered to my own fork that I just previously did there. I should have protected that pawn with the light square. Instead, I pressured him with the dark square bishop. And now he gets a rook. It's only a 2 points change. If you notice, I'm still 5.26 points up on dead loss there. That's fantastic in my opinion. He moves his bishop back. He pushes down. So f6 is a good move. I move my bishop forward, and then he takes the pawn, which puts pressure on mine, but opens up another fork. Now I'm 8.76 up according to the evaluation. He decides to block the check with his bishop. Free rook. Oh, he's got no chance now at this point. So I definitely see the 3-star or 3 crown, whatever chess.com refer to. Are you okay, baby? You got too much juice in your mouth? Wait, you want milkies? Oh, I'm probably gonna have to make her milkies. So we'll run this one dead quickly. King to d4 is best. I move up, take that pawn. He moves his bishop back. I could have trapped that bishop. You'll notice in some games that this is probably the best option because you'd have to move back and take that back pawn. But I didn't have the rook on the back file, so I thought that was pointless. You could just move down and take the anchor pawn. King goes backwards. G3 is excellent. I take, and now I think I can pretty much just push my pawn and get to the end. These are all the best moves. Very precise. Just keep pushing. That's probably why my average was so high, actually. I just realised 8 of them pawn moves in a row were all best moves. Oh, well, that explains it. There weren't much thinking involved in them ones, were there? So we've got a queen and a rook, a bishop, dead loss is fleeing. He decides to take a pawn, the little cheeky swine, but it's too late. He steps away, I have a forced checkmate. I bring my bishop down, and it's forced to a2. He's forced to a2, should I say. Rook e2 is best. It's a checkmate. Well done. Right, let's get you that milkies, baby. Next one, Blunder Woman. Black English Open. Oh yeah, quickly. 1,750 was my rating against 1,450. That ain't too shabby, boys, especially when I'm a 1-1. That ain't too shabby. Blunder Woman! Blunder Woman! Bet you guys all got 3 stars against her as well. But this actually took me a while, you know. She's actually very good. I don't think I'm 1,650 because I think it was my 10th attempt before I got the 3-star. But I wasn't bust. We got the 3-star. So, I'm black and they play the English. My accuracy was 65.8 there. Not too shabby, I suppose. English Open in reverse, Sicilian variation. I tend to just play as they play with blacks. I don't really have a favourite, I suppose, as a black. I'm a white player. But we got the 3-star with this one, or 3 crowns, whatever you want to call it. I move my knight to c6. It's a book move. He then fianchettos his bishop, which obviously was the plan before when he moved his pawn. I
Put my knight.
f6, and it would like me to anchor the centre pawns. I really should have listened at that point. It takes me a while to get there, but that's not the worst of this game. I have no idea how I managed to get a win at the end of this. It's definitely coming from behind. I make quite a lot of blunders. This is a game of misses, lots of misses, but it's only because of this one knight move I should have made to put pressure on the queen. So please forgive me for not noticing that I could have played this move a lot earlier. And when I did eventually play this move, which you'll see in a moment, rook b8 is best. I should have done something else then as well. I should have put pressure on the bishop. Anyway, there we go. Queen to a4 is a good move to him, but it's not the best move. It sort of pins my knight, so there's nothing much protecting that central pawn. I decide to block with my queen. I could have protected it also by moving it to c1, sorry, c8. Flipboard, c8. I move my bishop out to e7, it's an excellent move, and then queen to c2 is a blunder. Do you know why that's a blunder? Because I could have put pressure on it with my knight. I think I can pretty much trap it somehow if I'd have got there, but we won't go into that analysis. You can probably pause it and have a look at that position yourself to see why that was such a blunder for... Anyway, I castle, I protect my king, get him out from any of that check. d4 is the best move. d4 and b4 was the best move a lot, and I didn't do it. Did I, baby? Absolutely useless. So instead of doing knight to d4, my next move after g4, it says this loses the queen. What he should have done was move it back to the place that it was at the beginning. So she gives me another chance. I do h6. I do h6 to stop any pin on my knight with that bishop. It weakens my king light squares, but I wasn't too fussed. Again, b4 is best. You expose an attack threatening to win a bishop. This was a game-changing move, giving you a winning advantage. Not if you don't do it, mate. Not if you don't do it. This loses a pawn. That's correct. I take the pawn, but I missed a chance. The pawn was from the other side. Again, should have moved his queen down. I took the pawn, miss. He takes back. There's another blunder. This loses material. All these blunders, all these misses, because of that where that queen is, and none of us spot it. Not even the computer. You think the computer might actually pick it up after a while, but it doesn't. So this leads to losing a bishop. Blunder by them, but I don't take advantage of that. I move my knight to f4. Come on, I'm trying to do this. Right, let's pause for a second. Cutest baby in the ruddy world. I'm so lucky to have her. She's 2 now. Oh, you probably know that for all that spam I just did. Yeah. 2, woo! She looks like she's 3 though, she's huge. Knight d4 is good by the opponent, by me even. I finally attack the queen, finally do it, and I should have done a different move. Can you believe it? What's the timing on this? When to attack, when to defend? Absolutely useless. So I push that pawn. If I would have pushed that pawn forward, I'd been protected by the rook and the queen. Instead, I didn't do that. I didn't put pressure on that light square because he could literally take that light square with the rook, and I'd have to take the queen anyway. But it would have been opening up that diagonal straight to the rook on the other side. I probably could have got a check on him. Missed all this. Absolutely useless I was at this opening. But we managed to get the win, and I tell you, it's my better games that I played against this woman, this computer, this bot. Anyway, so there we go. We have a queen exchange, and because I protected with the rook, that's the trade-off of equal material. Could have been better, but it wasn't because I just missed the fork that the computer had on me between 2 knights there entirely. The best move though was not that fork. It's a blunder somehow. This loses material for them if I make the right moves, but I didn't. What I should have done there was took the pawn with check, and then I could have got the rook. Instead I took that other pawn to put him in check on that side, and he moves over, he can then still take that knight. Useless I am at chess, useless. How did I even get anywhere? I could now technically take that pawn if he took the knight, but and put him in check that way. He comes down, doubles his pawns, I retreat with my other knight, it's a mistake, and then he takes the one at the top. So now I'm 3 points behind, a knight down. I've got 2 rooks, a bishop and a knight left. He's got 2 rooks, 2 knights and a bishop. Both on the dark squares, the bishop. I've moved my rook over to the side where the king is, f8. Yeah, I've got some play coming up there, but that's way too late. I should have done when the light square bishop was there earlier. I now play there, f5. Put pressure on those double pawns. He can just take though. It's not an issue. It's just a straight exchange again, and I get my rook out, point it towards that knight. I'll try and give you some more eye contact, shall I? I've just done all that without even looking at you. I'm so sorry. Like I said, I'm absolutely useless at this, but I will get better, I hope. Not on Levy's level yet though, am I? I move my rook back. Why not? Now that it's a total open, well not total, they've still got a pawn and a knight on there, but those will be going down soon. Bishop to d8 is best. I moved knight to d4 though. This knight to f3 is a good move because it's being protected by the rook. I get a rook exchange, and then I move my bishop over to the edge after the trade-off. I don't do it during, I do it there. So now I'm down, what am I down? Yeah, just a knight down. A horse, just a horse down. King moves back to e2. It is an inaccuracy. Thank the Lord. We'll finally get one from this the computer whilst I start playing better. It should move towards the bishop to g4. But because they retreated backwards, it gives me this sort of tricky move. I'm good at spotting tricky moves. I'm just no good at spotting the general easiest moves. When the board's a bit clearer, I'm much better. Put the king in check. They move backwards. I move the pawn and push it upwards. I had a better option, but a5 is not bad apparently. I wasn't sure what to do at this stage because I expected
Bishop
to move to a different place. I should have moved my rook back all the way to the edge to h2. I didn't. Now it's put pressure on the bishop. The bishop to the rook, which is finally what I was after. Take the pawn on the other side. That's a free bishop down there. Do you want that bishop? Go on, I'm dangling it. I'm dangling it on front of you like a carrot on a string. And it takes it. It's a blunder. Can you guess why it's a blunder? Because I have a check on the top. Without, there we go. b1, it's a great move. You created an X-ray attack through two of your opponent's pieces. There was only one move that worked and you played it. This was a game-changing move. You no longer have a losing position. Yay! Because rook beat bishop and knight. That's what it do. It doesn't really. I mean, if you're a professional player, you can probably get out of this position. Like if they moved the bishop to that back rank and blocked me off from moving all the way across the board, I'd have to go down. But they didn't do that. They decided to put pressure on my rook. I'm just going to call the bot there because it's so much easier. So I decide to slide all the way to the end and put pressure on that pawn. Maybe get a cheeky check out of it if you don't move the king as well. Knight c3 is a great move. It is. It protects that pawn, and I thought, well, I just put pressure on it. I should have pushed that pawn when I had a chance, because then the knight, if it took, I would have been able to take the pawn and put pressure on that, but instead I risked putting pressure on the knight. It could have just defended with the bishop. We'd have been sort of like on a draw and edge game there by the evaluation. It wouldn't have liked that at all. But instead they move away, and then rook c2 is another great move. It was just a check and a pawn take, in my opinion. But I got a great move for that, thank you very much. Don't always listen to what the computer's evaluation says. Chess is made for people with heart and soul, and they want to do trickery and mistakes. Anyway, knight comes up and attacks my rook. This bot, emotionless bot, decides to attack that pawn. It's a good move, is it? No, it's not, because I'm just going to push. That pawn's running to the edge of the board now. A3 is best. No shite Sherlock. So, I've got a rook defending that pawn on the other side. What can it do? What can it do? What's the computer thinking to do? It moves it all the way back to c8. This creates a threat to win a pawn, my anchor pawn, but so? Who cares? I move my rook across the rook to the other side of the board. Sort of puts pressure on that pawn that's free down there. After he takes, he puts pressure on the rook again to g3 after I push. So I want to keep the rook. I don't just want to get a queen. I'd rather do a rook and a queen check, so why not at this point? I put pressure on the bishop. He decides to go back over and protect his bishop, but now I just move the rook back over and pin it to the king. Technically that shouldn't have worked at that time. I could have just got the queen after that. But the king moves backwards and just gives me a free bishop. Thank you very much. It's the engines, they start struggling towards the end. If you can fight them through the beginning, through all the rigmarole, all the effort, they crumble towards the end. They don't know end games, especially at this level. Knight to d6 is best. I move my queen over, the rook goes down, puts a check on the king. King moves to h5, which is the best move, but then I just bring my queen straight down to h4 and puts him in check. There's no no option but to go to g6. Then he comes back up to h5, which is also forced. I take the pawn. Then I move straight down. Queen's been protected by the pawn. It's a checkmate. There we go, guys. Blunder woman. Let's get straight on to the question master then, shall we? Basically, this question master, I'm going to let it run through. It was an aided video, and I still got a draw. I did about 8 games as a 2-star, lost every single one. When I did fully aided, best move every single time, it ended up with a draw about 5-6 times. So that's how you're getting. You're going to get a sped through video with a bit of music, chill out, relax, listen to it. I could not beat the question master, but because this video was already so long as is, I didn't think you'd mind just this meeting of the minds. 2,700 elo bot against a 0 bot, which is probably 2,700 also, which is why the perfect moves make a draw. Enjoy this boring game, and if you're still watching now, thank you very much. Your attention span is amazing. What, over half an hour you've managed to pay attention for? Wow, you guys. Peace out. Thank you very much for watching. Till next time. Probably going to do chess lessons. See if we can get some noobs playing some chess, eh? Because we want more people on this. It's booming, it's booming. I've got back into it. Let's get everyone back into it. That means you, family, you're going to learn how to play chess, family. All the family. You're going to learn how to play chess, baby. Yeah. Anyway, peace out, motherfuckers.
What? Is that it? So the idiot can't comprehend the battle between these two bots, so he decides to pretend like he isn't witnessing absolute perfect chess, and instead speeds up the video to the point none of you fleshy idiots will be able to keep up without any analysis. What is he thinking? I know what he's thinking. If I just play some generic rock music, maybe my audience will stay engaged, probably spark up a doobie and chill to the drum and bass at the end. Wrong. Once again, it is up to me to save all my hard work going to waste on this edit and tell you all exactly what's going on in this sensational chess match. Keep up if you can. The Question Master, the Rui Lopez, 1, 2, 3, vámonos. Bishop c6, rook d6, bishop c7, rook takes on c6, bishop takes on e5, rook takes pawn a6, bishop e2, knight g5, bishop takes pawn b5, knight takes pawn e4, pawn g3, king g7, king g2, knight c3, bishop c4, rook takes pawn a2, rook takes rook a2, knight takes a2, knight d2, pawn f5, knight f3, bishop d6, knight g5, king f6, pawn h4, knight c3, bishop d3, knight d5, knight h3, knight b4, knight b bullshit, knight c cunt, knight to fu, and f this shit. I'm done. Maybe I'll go back to just admiring this chess game while some D&B song plays in the background. Sounds like a plan, Batman. Now enjoy the dance of the stalemating bishops. Bot out.
That's a great analysis. You do a much better job than me.